Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nuts.
What? How?
Small enough.
So... Very good. Thank you, Sir Wade.
There, put it...
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since. There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another one of them to find their battle for them.
More dragons!
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't let them flat.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point, that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
away!
Founder, there's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord. Yeah, and...
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And... what? Wait, and it... I might... It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love...
I shall wear it.
If only so...
Thank you, sir. If
I...
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness,
Saint Sybil, the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustenus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Oh, from but the up is what? Right.
How did we never hear?
There are new billets being posted every day.
Same way they
Not
never
enough
heard about
swords
us.
to
Something is spun.
Well,
Thank you for sticking with us.
those of us who are still here can't exactly leave old life.
You skinny. No,
Thank
stay sharp.
After what the Empire did to Martha, well, I'd be daft to stay. We do know one thing. Carries on like this, I won't get any better.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
champions. At least I know what I'm up against. I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad.
Did...
I did indeed.
Marvelous! I present grab. And it almost must.
How did we never
There are new
hear
billets
of
being
these guardians
posted
of the
every...
Flame?
But if...
Oh, now, wait.
I could have sworn we had a few. That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
All good.
I can't talk, please.
No, that's right.
Karen and I, anyway.
All right. I always thought...
Black son. If he's the city, glad.
Back, are ya? What's saying for you, dear? And how am I meant to do that, then? Anything else?
Karen. Black.
And it's not in. Thanks.
You don't. This.
It's a pat now.
Thank you, Karen. So, it's
what?
good.
And what can I do for you? Finished, are you?
Well. What's the matter? It's just rather people like them.
Back. Well, you them there.
As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No. The Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to. They spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the...
Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
them pilchers nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
That's what I think it is. This isn't gonna be easy. Rest well. I know I will.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the
Let's go.
Hope there aren't any more of them.
Guess we're all ready.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Is something there, boy? Could that be What? That's your fault.
Well, consider me.
What is it?
Treat me. Well,
Hopefully this will...
that monster's taken quite a liking to
And
Lady
with a bit
Helen.
of luck. Did you find?
He said he wouldn't, but the...
Good.
Yeah. Here.
Let me...
Still.
Now we can't.
There's nothing for anyway.
Looks like...
That's now. Right, thank
What do you need? A Sancfordian, do you? And how am I meant to do that then? And?
It will be over soon.